Sorry. Okay. um, Hi guys. What do I normally say? Oh my god, it's been so long. I don't even know what I say. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome back to the Gift of Gab. My name is Ashley.
And I'm Charlie.
And do I normally say after this is the Gift of Gab? Well, this is the Gift of Gab, guys. This is our podcast.
If you're here, you probably know what it is.
Yeah, so sometimes we're all over the place. But we're back for another episode. I'm excited.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk just about holiday season, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. We may not know a lot about things that we don't celebrate, but we're here to just talk about what we do celebrate, kind of looking forward, and kind of the spirit of the holidays, and especially in the way that that's changed with the pandemic and things like that. So I'm excited to just talk and kind of see where our conversation takes us.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start if that's okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just start. Me and my family celebrate Christmas. So every year we normally just like get together. I normally spend the night Christmas Eve over my mom's house, or we'll pick somebody's house to spend the night at.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning, and my mom buys Christmas pajamas. That's like my favorite
part. Oh yeah, I love that.
Like, she buys us Christmas pajamas, and we put our Christmas pajamas on, and then we wake up and have Christmas, open gifts, presents, and stuff like that. So it's pretty normally chill. That's what we mainly did growing up until I was about in our early 20s, honestly. But now my mom, she honestly, that's what I did. But now my mom goes over her sister's house like Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. So now like me and my sister, we normally like try to incorporate different things. So like instead of doing like traditional Christmas, like turkey, ham, stuffing, stuff like that, like Thanksgiving, we'll switch Christmas up. So like one year we did seafood. So we had like seafood gumbo and like crawfish and stuff like that. And then we'll do barbecue, just trying to make it like different, I guess. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what we do. What about you guys?
So my family celebrates Christmas as well. And in a typical year, excuse me, so I'm living with my parents again. So I am just going to be here this year, which is weird for me as an adult. But usually wake up, I come here, I get to see like my niece and my nephews and watch them open gifts. I open gifts. It's like this big gift exchange, and we used to do like we'd go out to this like restaurant my mom used to work at and like get breakfast and that kind of thing. But obviously, this year won't be happening. But it was like always like fun because it'd be like me and my siblings and my parents, obviously my grandparents, and then again my nephews and my niece. And so that's always fun. And then we always go to, traditionally now it's been like my aunt and uncle's house and that kind of thing. And we do like a gift exchange, or like a white elephant gift exchange, and we like do like little games, and I don't know, it's like fun. But this year none of that is happening, so I'm probably just chilling this year. I'm probably I don't know what's gonna happen, but a little drinking probably, and because I don't usually drink on Christmas. I don't know, do you drink on Christmas?
Usually what we normally go over like my Aunt and Judy's, or it used to be my Aunt Stephanie's, but now we go over my Aunt Judy's, and like all the cousins will meet up, so my aunts and uncles are like upstairs and we'll be like downstairs in the basement or something. And so like we'll be like, hey, did somebody bring something, something like that, like what you bring, or somebody will be like, did you bring the weed? Let's step outside, So we'll normally do something like that and just hang out and chill. And I'm really gonna miss that this year. Yeah. Like, and even sometimes like my cousins from like Texas and Tennessee out of town, they'll fly up here
Oh, nice.
and like we'll all just be like in the house or whatever, and they'll be here for a couple of days. So of course that won't be happening this year. So me and Michelle, hi Michelle. uh, Me and Michelle are going to do a seafood Christmas because I'm on keto and she just wants seafood.
Oh, that chicken
So
you were making earlier.
he said what?
That chicken you were making earlier
Oh
looked
yeah, it's actually
good.
done. It's really good. But yeah, so since I'm on keto, I was like, I'm gonna do seafood. So I just got some lobster tails today and like shrimp. So we'll cook that stuff and I'll probably just go over her house and have a drink or something like that.
That'll be nice. That'll be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my younger sibling already hit me up and was like, "Hey, if I bring a joint, can we smoke it?" And I'm like, please."
Yes.
I am trying to party with the stress
Exactly.
of school and this holiday season at work and like everything in between that. Like, I need time to just let go. And
Oh
Christmas
wow.
is gonna be that for me. And honestly, I might get a little wild around my family.
That's
I,
good. Oh, I guess. I feel like.
I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. So I mean, you did mention that um, you're gonna miss like seeing your family. Is there anything else you think you'll miss this year because of the pandemic and everything?
Um, I'm trying to think. I think that's the main thing, like seeing my family. I'm kind of used to not seeing my mom on Christmas Day now because she
Yeah.
goes see her sisters.
Mhm.
Um, but no, I think that's like the main thing. I mean, besides being a kid, like opening up presents, like
Wait,
I'm gonna.
you do still get presents?
I I do.
Oh yeah, me too. No, me too. I
Oh, okay, okay. I'm like, I know I'm a spoiled child, but yes, me and my siblings, we still get like we get cash from our dad and my mom. She got me like I already got my Christmas gift from her, I think. I'm not sure, but she
mhm.
bought me a winter coat, and I was like, thanks, because I
Ooh,
needed it.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
she got me that, and my dad gave me like a couple $100. So
Nice.
Christmas, yeah.
Feeling the Christmas love.
Yeah, and I thought like each year my dad like since I've been like 25 or something, my dad's like, "Okay, this is the last Christmas. Like you guys aren't adults. I'm not doing it." So I'm like, "Okay." So like this year he retired. My dad retired this year in April. So I was thinking for sure like, okay, like Christmas is done, which I'm okay with. Like of course, like you don't have to give me like you're retired now, you know?
Right.
So the fact that he still like came up with some cash and was like, "Here, you can have this." I was like,
Mm,
"Thanks."
very sweet. I love
Yes.
that. I love that for you. Did you ask for anything specifically, or you're just like, if I get gifts, I'll be grateful?
Yeah. No, I don't think I asked for anything specific. I mean, I did tell like my mom and dad, like, I need a coat
Mhm.
like that. So
Yeah.
they were just like, okay, we'll make that your Christmas gift.
Mhm.
But like growing up, it's funny, my cousin Michelle, she was just saying like you would literally when you were kids, like you would point at the TV and see a toy and be like, I want that. And you would get it. And I'm like, but she's right though. Like I can't even say she wasn't like my parents would let us like write lists
Mhm.
and like, things like that. And pretty much every Christmas, like we had I want to say pretty much like everything under the tree. Like it would be like some things wrapped and like some like literally my mom would have this big like 8 or 9 foot tree and like my sister would have a side and then I'd have a side, so we just spend like the morning like yeah, ripping things apart. So I think it's different. Like I don't think my cousin's Christmases went like that, so she's like, I just can't believe it, like my mom never make me let me make lists and things like that. So I'm like it was appreciated, we're
Yeah.
spoiled kids, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
My mom, so I'll be honest, my mom has been hounding me for a Christmas list since like August. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm the kind of person that like, if I want something, I just will buy it or like, I'll do it for myself. And so like to come up with a Christmas list this year, I was like, um,
Different.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know. Being an adult, it's hard for me to do that,
Yeah.
I guess. But I appreciate it. So I just asked for some books, some
Oh,
books.
that's cool though.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's all I don't know. I feel like as I get older, that's the only thing I want is like books, like just like
Really?
yeah. I don't know. It's not like I read them all. I haven't read all of them, but it's like nice to know that like I have them, and like one day I hope to eventually get through them. And I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can get to them when you're ready, so you just have them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have a like a specific, and if you don't, that's fine, but I'm just curious, like do you have like a specific like Christmas you remember, whether it was like the gift that you got, like do you have like a favorite gift that you got or like a certain special memory or something like that?
Hmm. The one that is popping into my head right now is it was this toy back in the day called like Skate City or some shit. And and it was a town and like but basically like the little dolls like had skates on them and you put them on the track and they would like go down things.
Ooh.
And I don't even remember asking for that. Maybe my sister did, but we had it. And so my cousin like had stayed the night that Christmas. My
Mhm.
cousin Shayna, another cousin, and she like you had to put it together. And so me and my sister were like, fuck that, we're not putting that together. And so like we went to sleep and like the next morning she just like had it all put together and it was like working and we were like, oh, okay. Like she
Oh,
put that together and I was thinking like I probably would have never put that together had she not done it.
right, right.
That's one of the memories that like sticks out to me the most.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we had good Christmases, but I think that's what stuck out the most. Even though like, I mean, my favorite gift,
Hmm.
I got an iPod Touch. That was like when they were brand like those were the it thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got like an iPod Touch and my sister did too. So I was like really, really happy. Um And my dad's like, yeah, I remember him saying like, yeah, I was gonna get you guys a Louis Vuitton case, but your mom said that was too much. And I was like, yeah, like we were in middle school, we definitely didn't need that. But I got my
Oh,
iPod.
great gift.
And I actually still have it. Like I still have my iPod and like you have to like to listen to it, you have to keep it on the charger, but
Mhm.
I still have it and I'll like listen to it or whatever. So that's
Oh,
like my
that's a good
favorite.
gift too.
Yeah. What about you?
Um, like I think if I'm thinking like a child, if I when I was a child, I remember like I think it was my parents that got me it. It's kind of like you said, like it wasn't Skate City or some I don't know what it was called, but it was like this roller coaster thing. I remember that. And
Mhm.
there were all these little toys. I don't even know how to explain them. They're like these pipes that fit together, and like you build this big, huge like roller coaster thing. But it
Mhm.
took so long to build. Like I remember my dad would come home. He worked. I was young. I had to be like 6 or 7, and he would come home from work, and I would be up. Like I would wait up for him, and we would like build
Oh,
little by little. Like, and it took like weeks to build this thing.
oh
And
my
by the
god.
time we got it, we kept it up for probably years because like it just took so long. Or maybe not years, maybe at least a year. But like it took so
Yeah.
long to build. And I
You're
don't
like, yeah, you can't just put that away.
know, it's not something you just like pack up and you think about it a different day and rebuild it. Like that took
Right.
to build. And then like as I got older, like I remember my parents bought me like a small DSLR. I guess it maybe was more of a point and shoot now that I think about it, but it was like,
Oh, okay.
in my opinion, it was like the best camera I've ever seen in my life. Like
Oh yeah.
and it was like back when MySpace was still a thing. So like,
Jeez.
yeah, I was all
With the
about it.
digital camera, like I remember I think it might have been for Christmas. I don't think it was my birthday. I got this red camera and it was like red and it was nice. Like I literally have a picture of it like take a picture in the mirror like of yourself. I have a picture on the refrigerator like me with that digital camera. Yeah, exactly. That was the original
Oh
selfies.
yeah, those were the days. Oh my god. And then like you mentioned, like I got an iPod one year, and that was like it was like I don't remember the old iPod Nanos. Like it was like this weird green color. It was like really thin.
Oh
And
yeah.
I remember the way my parents gave it to me because I really, really wanted that. And like they let me open all my gifts. And
Mm.
then I was a little bummed, I'll be honest, because I really
Yeah.
and they were like, "There's one more gift in the tree," and like I was like, what? And they're like, go like look around in the tree, and it was like hidden in the tree, and it was, I don't know.
Oh, that was a good
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, I was like over the moon about that. So good Christmas is growing up for sure. I don't know. Now that I'm an adult, it's hard for me to pick anything out. So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, can you pay a bill?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do I do? Cash? Like, pay off my debts, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got this medical bill you can take a look at. Like,
literally. Uh, um, so because things are different now, and things, I mean, with the pandemic, I mean, things change over time.
Mhm.
What are you most grateful for this year?
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna ask that.
I
Uh,
know, maybe I could have waited a little bit. It's only been like what, 10 or 15 minutes.
yeah. What am I most grateful for this year? Honestly, I don't know if this is like a low bar or not,
Mhm.
but I'm honestly just grateful like that I didn't catch the coronavirus yet. Like I'm still trying to social distance when I can and things like that. And I'm really grateful that like I think maybe one or two of my family members have gotten it and they've, got sick and everything, but they came back from it. So it was just like a blessing because like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people cannot say that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I love
Um, yeah, so I'm really grateful for that because like like my parents are older,
it.
like my cousin that got it, she has a child, things like that. So it's like, you don't want to see any of your family members like, pass away.
Right.
And I feel like our family has had a lot of loss in the past couple of years. So it's just the fact that like we kind of got like a break for a second.
Mhm.
Like I'm thankful every day. Like my cousins are they're good.
Right.
So
No.
just being healthy, I guess. Really.
Yeah. No. I hadn't even thought of that. I think that's huge to call out, and it's huge to like make note of that. So
Hmm.
love that.
Yeah. What about you? What are you grateful for this year in this season?
I feel like I've been thinking a lot about that. I mean, I feel like I always do. Like this time of the year, I always think about like I try to like recap my year and that kind of thing. Um, and for me, and maybe I need to explain this a little bit, but it's just like two things. One, like honoring myself. I feel like this year has been like that's been my theme is like how do I honor me more in my life, because like
Mm.
without me doing that for me, like how do I do it for other people?
Okay.
But then that ties me to the next thing is like just like the connections that I do have, because I feel like this year for me, and just like a lot of people, but this year for me was very 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 difficult, with
Mhm.
for many different reasons, and I feel like it's shown me the people who are there, like the real
Ah,
honest connection that I have with people. And it's just been so, I don't even want to say eye opening, but it's just been so revealing. It's been so, I don't know. I just know who's there. I just know where my love sits with different people. And I feel like to me that is so important. And I don't know, I'm just grateful that I have the people that I have in my life for that.
that is good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. One thing I'm also grateful for, I'm sorry, I know this is like, I'm like, oh, me too. But I'm also grateful for, I had like, I guess a falling out with a cousin. So
Mhm.
I hadn't like talked to her in a while. And like a couple of weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, like she hit me up actually because she was like, I actually have this photo shoot and I want somebody to come with me. I don't want to be by myself. And
Mhm.
so I'm like, okay. So like, she ended up calling me like, hey, can you help me with this? And I'm like, yeah, I've been actually wanting to talk to you. And like, yeah. And she was like, I've been wanting to talk to you too. She's like, let's not do this again. Why did we wait so long? And it was like months. You know what I'm saying? We didn't talk for like a couple of months. And I just don't like the idea of like, I don't know, somebody not liking me. I know this kind of like a people pleasing thing, but like, I just don't like to have bad blood with people. I mean, I'm sure people don't, but I'm like, and I wanted to say something and I was asking people like, should I reach out? Should I not? Because I feel like, I don't know, it's just minuscule, like family's so important to me.
Mhm.
So like being at odds with a family member, um, I just don't like that. you know.
Yeah.
So we were able to connect and we talked and everything like that. And I was happy about that.
Mhm.
I really was.
No, I think that's awesome. I think it just brings up an important point, and I feel like the holidays just like amplify that of like, especially around family or whoever is your chosen family. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like if something happens, like let's just reach out, let's fix it, let's
Yeah.
process it, but like how do we like heal and how do we grow and like I don't know, like just hearing you say like that both of you felt that way, that both of you felt like I didn't want this to go on for this long. It's just like it's
Yeah.
so like it's like sad, but it's almost like beautiful in a way that there's so much love there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I was really happy. Like I'm like I love her. So she was like, "Let's not ever do this again." I'm like, "Okay, bet." Like if we have a problem, we're gonna talk about it, and that's it.
Right.
Like, you
That's
know.
the way to do it. That's the way to do
Yeah.
it. Thinking about like other holidays, like so obviously New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I feel like
Mhm.
usually we both have fun those nights, or well
Oh,
that night.
so much fun.
So what do you have planned this year?
Oh, not what I want to do. I want to do real hot girl shit, but
Same. Same.
but I can't because of pandemic. Um, so I actually was thinking about that. I'm like, well, what can I do? Like,
Hmm.
different maybe this year. And I think I'm really like, I've been trying to, like you said earlier, been thinking about like my goals and things like that. And just like this past year. So I'm thinking about like my intentions for 2021. And I'm thinking about really bringing in the new year, just relaxing, maybe having like a glass of wine and like just manifesting things that I want to happen next year. That's what I'm really like, I want to get things done. So I just want to write out my goals and, put them in detail. I think I bought a board, so I'm going to make a vision board.
Hey.
Yeah, so it's going to be really chill. And I think I'm going to stay by myself and like, put my phone on do not disturb and just bring in the new year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I
Yeah.
I actually really love that. I wish I was like I don't know. I feel like I have like FOMO. Like I want to like do something or see someone. I want to like share something with someone, and maybe that's like my lesson is I don't need to like share all the time.
Mm,
Maybe I could just accept it for me.
yeah.
Um, but I love that. I don't have anything planned, so I don't know what I will do. I was thinking. I mean, I thought about that. I thought about spending time alone.
Hmm.
Thought about maybe with a couple of like close friends that I'm already like am around all the time.
Yeah.
I thought about even doing like a virtual game night, like that could be fun.
Actually, if you do that, you could let me know.
Oh, totally. Yeah, like even for like an hour or two. It doesn't have to be all night,
Yeah.
but just to like, I don't know, to build connection in a time where it's so hard to get that.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and then I always just do, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but I always do like a little reflection, like I wouldn't call it like an essay. I don't write an essay, but I write out like I've done it every year since this is like something I'm proud of. I do it every year, ever since like eighth grade. I think it was eighth or ninth grade. I write out like my year in review, and like I write everything big that happened and everything that like I want to like what I want to happen in the next year, and then like I leave myself with like one quote from one song that was like so moving for me for that year that I want to like help set the tone for the next.
Wow.
And
I
yeah,
love
so
that.
yeah, I don't know. It's like it's something that I really do just for me because no one's ever read it, no one will ever read it. But
Uh-huh.
like it's super. I don't know. I love it. It's like so fulfilling to me, and every year I look forward to it. It's just so much fun.
Oh, that's dope. I like that idea.
I recommend it. It's fun. I don't know. You just get to like look back and like learn about yourself. It's like if you really take the time and you're like, I did this and like this led to this, and like you can like look at the connection to like how you got from point A to point B, and like I don't know. For me anyway, I mean I'm also just a psychology major and I love that kind of shit. So um I don't know. It's fun and I feel like it just gets my creative part out. So
Yeah. Um, yeah, so can we talk about, well, I don't know if we should talk about that or save it for a new episode. I was gonna say talk about like goals for
oh
next year.
I wanted to ask you. Yeah, I was going there next. So I mean I'm cool with talking about it if you are because
Yeah, me too.
you go first.
Okay. I definitely for the new year, I definitely like I know some people say like, you know, oh, New Year's resolutions are just a thing. Like, you can do it today. And that's true. That is true. But I also feel like having a point to reset something, it makes it feel fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And like, whew, okay, like that year, like 2020 might have sucked, but we're going to try this again 2021. It feels good to say that. Like,
Yeah.
just giving your mind a break and like, okay, this is a reset and that's okay. So I think that some of my goals, I actually wrote some down. Damn, I wish I had them next to me. But I wrote some goals down, and I have like financial goals that I want to work on. I want to work on being more healthy as well. And I know like weight loss is a main thing for people. That's one of like the top resolutions, I believe. Um, but I don't know if weight loss is my main focus. I just want to be like healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be a little bit stronger than I am right now, you know. So I would possibly like to look into more like strength training and like you know, working out with weights more and stuff like that. I would really am looking into that, and I'm looking forward to that. I also want to work on my flexibility. I want to do the splits. I don't know. I've never done it, even as a kid. So
Oh yeah.
that's what I want. So I also have financial goals like saving up money, you know. I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but I want to go to esthetician school. So I
Yes.
really want to at least have like a good $3,000 to $5,000 as a down payment to put down.
Mm-hmm.
Because school that I want to go to is, of course, it's bougie and it's very expensive.
You're not
So,
so-
yeah, I want to save money to do that. Also, um, I don't have a savings account, and I feel like at 29, oh, sorry if that's my mail. Um, I don't know. I should have a savings account. So, like, those small goals and things like that is like, okay. I mean, the goal initially was always like, it's always in my goal to travel more, but because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
like, okay, can't do that. But I think even maybe finding a way to be socially distanced and responsible with it. Like, me and my friends, we went this year, my friend and her family, we went to a cabin. So like my cousin was talking about maybe doing like a cabin trip or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
still making life more fun. Um, but I also feel like I have a lot of fun at the same time, and I don't discipline myself enough.
Yeah.
So I do want to work on like my self-control and self-discipline and things like that. And really like I told myself like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a year to really like focus and work hard and, you know, work towards my goals, and like just giving myself kind of like a tunnel vision, because I always like let myself get sidetracked. So just don't want to do that this year, you know.
Yeah. It sounds like you have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I don't want to overwhelm myself with like goals like these have to be done, you know, because then it doesn't make it fun, and then you get too stressed out about it.
Right.
But I just want to like keep those in mind and be like, okay, you know, this is just, I want to be a different person. I want to do different things. So
Right. No, I think it's good that you recognize that in the beginning though, not to overwhelm yourself and not to
mhm,
like be like don't beat yourself up about it and be compassionate, you know. I think
right.
that's a key to like making it work, you know.
hmm And that's true, because like years before, if I like tried to lose weight and I didn't, I'd be like, fuck, like what's wrong with me? Like I can't keep doing this, you know. But you just gotta have grace with yourself and, you know, pick yourself up. Like if I have a bad day on keto, it's a bad day. And that's okay. And but tomorrow I'm gonna make sure that I'm on top of it, and I go downstairs and use our Bowflex. Like, you know, stuff like that, you know, just gotta make it work.
Yeah, I love that for you.
What about you?
Um, I think that my biggest thing is, I mean, graduating this program that I'm in currently,
Yay.
which
What
is
you
nuts to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
um, and then I'm actually starting to do therapy with clients in the next few months, which is
Really? That's exciting.
exciting but scary. I'm very scared. I mean, not scared. I'm just excited, and because it means so much to me, I'm just, you know, it's just out of anything I've ever outside of my comfort zone because it's nothing I've ever done. and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of learning and a lot of days where I probably just don't feel like I'm doing what I should be doing or something. So, but I'm very excited still. And I'm really hoping. I just applied to PhD programs, so I'm hoping to hear back and hopefully get into at least one of them. And then all of that will hopefully land me somewhere in a different state. And I'm hoping it's Chicago. Well, not the state of Chicago, but the city of Chicago. And that's where I'm hoping to be. So those are like my main goals. And then, like you said, I'm glad you said it, because I made a list too of things I want to like manifest and accomplish in the next year. And I initially wrote like exercise more, lose weight, and things like that. And I was like, no, like just be healthy. Like,
Yeah.
let me be healthy. Let me meditate more. Let me do yoga. Let me get stronger, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's like build these habits into my life and not like overhaul my whole entire life and make me a different person.
Yeah, that's true.
And for me, like I said, meditating, I want to do more yoga. I want to start running, and then just reading more about what works for people and what doesn't work for people, and how to think differently about different things. And I don't know. And then just on top of that, trying to find ways to be creative still. So
That's true. That's a good one too. Creativity and reading more. That's something that I really wanted to work on as well. Like I was watching some YouTuber and she said her goal was to like read one self-help book, like self-development or like learning something, and then have like one recreational book. So she's like, and I would like to do one of those a month. I mean, two of those, like, read 2 books a month, basically.
yeah.
I'm like, that's a good idea. Like, I've been trying to read this book, oh my God, for like a year.
What book?
It's called Think and Grow Rich by, I think, Napoleon Hill.
Mm-hmm.
It's an older book, but it's basically like about mindset and just like getting yourself together and things like that. But it was written in like the 1930s and it's just so slow. But my goal, I'm like, I'm gonna try to finish it by the end of the year. If not, definitely by the end of like January. And yeah, work on my creativity for sure too.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that, like you said, that stuff's just so important. Like to continue educating yourself, whether it's through like formal education or books or YouTube or movies, whatever it is. Like just continue to educate yourself and then just find ways to be creative with that information, or whatever you learn.
Yeah, for sure.
One more thing that I forgot to mention, and this is like very broad, but just be more politically active. That is like, I feel like that is where my life is slowly progressing to, because I don't know, I want to be so involved with social justice and stuff like that. So I want to like intertwine that with my work with psychology, but I also want to like to try to utilize that more in a way that is louder publicly. And so I don't know, I haven't found how yet,
Exactly.
but I want to like try to hone that this year.
That would be good. I think that's a really good goal. I feel like as millennials, like well, I can't speak for all of us, but I feel like most of us could do more and like educate ourselves more
We
on
have
things.
resources.
Yeah, and we have the resources, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a really good goal.
Yeah, thank you. I feel so, I don't know, I like so socially and politically activated. I just don't know what to do with it. Like, I'm like, okay, do I run for office? Like, how do I write legislature? Like, what do I do? But it just is all overwhelming. Like trying to have like your own life, but also like, because I think being alive is just, in this system is just, it's inherently political. Like everyone who is alive in this capitalistic society is political. Like you're politicized no matter what your views are. And I think that, like you said, as millennials, I think we are just, we have the ability to create change, because I think a lot of our generation thinks a lot differently than like the people that came before us. And I think that, wow, where did this conversation come from?
I know. I'm like, sorry, guys.
Yeah, the holidays, and here I am coming in with the politics. But I think it's important to acknowledge, especially, I don't know, when you consider the way that Christmas is just capitalism on steroids. I don't know. I think it's good to acknowledge it, and good to acknowledge, like you said, that we could be doing more. So
right. That's good. That's a good goal.
And kind of the reverse of that, is there anything, like, is there, looking back on this past year, is there anything that you memorable that you think you learned, that you want to like call out, or like, is there just like a memory you want to talk about, or just a memory that's going to stick with you, or, you know, anything like that?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Oh yeah. Just looking back on this year, do you think that there's any like lesson that you learned that's going to stick with you, or just like a memory that you have that like you're going to cherish, or like anything that you want to call out in terms of this year, even though it was super difficult, that, you know, I don't know if that made sense.
Like something that I've done this year, or something that
Something that you did, somewhere that you went, like I said, even if it's just like a conversation you had that like changed the way you thought about something, or like someone gave you a nice compliment that you'll remember, or, you know, just anything from this past year that's like good, that you want to, that you think you'll remember forever, or like that you want to just like reminisce on, or anything like that.
um
And if not, that's fine. It was a
yeah, I would say I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I have an answer to that.
Well, I'll go first this
Okay,
time,
go
and then if
ahead.
you think of something, by all means, jump in. So for me, I went on my first solo vacation, which I've been wanting to do forever, not forever, but for years now. And I went to Chicago, and um, I just walked around. I literally did whatever I wanted to do. I got to see one of my best friends. Um, I ended up, I don't know if I want to, I'm just going to overshare. Um, I mean, one aspect, this song came out that actually ended up being my favorite song of the year. And I just remember listening to it on repeat and like walking down the streets of Chicago. And that was very memorable for me. But then like I ended up meeting someone in Chicago that like, it was just fun to hang out with, and we hung out, and we kind of keep in touch here and there. And like,
Yeah.
I just got to like hang out at his house, and we had this like moment where like he was playing this band that I love, and we were just like cuddling, and it was just super nice. Like, it was just like everything was peaceful, and I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was a good vibe, and I think I will remember that trip hopefully forever, because it was just so, I felt so sure of like who I was and what I wanted and what I was doing, and I don't know. It's just a nice feeling to have that.
That seems sweet actually. I didn't have anything like that.
That's okay.
Um,
Like I said, I know it's a year.
yeah, this year was really, really rough for sure. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I have anything like that. I mean, I did go on vacation, but
Well, you have
so
another year to make some more memories and do some more things.
that is true.
You know?
That is true. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I'm trying to think, like, I don't know. And I feel like crazy saying that, like there's nothing like specific that happened this year, but this year was so like,
It's so different.
yeah, it was so different. So it was just like, okay, we're just gonna go with the flow. Oh, we can't go anywhere. Okay. Oh, my trip is canceled. Okay. Like, it was like that. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much adjusted. But I was gonna say like 2020, that's besides me like, kind of like making amends with a family member and stuff like that. That was pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
mean, that's good. That's good though, that you got to make those amends. And I don't know, it sounds like I don't know, at least from what you said, you learned. And I don't know, I just think learning is a beautiful process, and I feel like I've been focused so hard this year on learning just about myself and the way that I react and the way that my relationships make me feel, and like things like that. So I don't know, I think it's important that you had that experience, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
um I don't know how close we're getting to the end, but have you heard about the great conjunction that's happening on the 21st of this month? It'll probably be the day that this comes out.
No, what are you talking about?
Okay, so I don't know that much about it, but I feel like it's like applicable because of what we're talking about.
Okay.
Um, um, I'm trying to find something online where I can just like give a great um, synopsis of it. But essentially, the way I understand it, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but this is the way that I've seen a ton of videos on it, and I've read very briefly about it. Um, it's supposed to be this thing where if you are in the practice of manifesting, of meditating, of, raising your vibration and that kind of thing, that we have the ability, because of the conjunction that's happening, I believe it's through Saturn and Jupiter. Let me make sure. Jupiter and Saturn. Yep. They are, I don't know. Essentially, if you are meditating and you're manifesting and that kind of thing, your frequency is about to raise, and you are about to kind of have this shift in your life. You're about to transform. And I think it was the last time this happened was in the 1600s, for this kind of energy shift. And I am not that deep into how these things work and that kind of thing, but it's been like popping up, like whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, like it's all over for me. And so if you're listening to this on Monday, or Ashley, if you want to take time on Monday to just like meditate and like focus on the things that you want, that's supposed to put you on the track of this.
Ooh, I'm excited. I love a good ritual and everything. So
yeah, and really quick, so I'm on Allure. I don't know how credible this is, but it says if you're an air sign, you because of this conjunction, I think it's called, you finally get to have some fun. Thanks to the great conjunction, you realize that prioritizing your own pleasure can have serious benefits. A new look, creative project, or trip can lead you to huge insights. And then it goes on further. So it sounds like you're about to have some fun.
That's what I'm here for. I love it. I'm ready for some fun. 2021.
Yep, you're going to have some fun, according to this. And maybe the rest of your life, it might never stop. You might get sick of having fun. Who knows? Mine says, my relationships are about to shift for the better. And if I've been feeling lonely, the great conjunction helps you find your kindred spirits in the form of a new social circle, mentor, or VIP connection.
Ooh,
that sounds sexy.
It does, actually.
And honestly, I need some connection, so I will be here for it.
Yeah, that'll be super good.
We'll be here for that. So make sure to take time, if you're listening to this on Monday, December 21st, 2020, that you meditate today, that you manifest, you make a list of all the things that you want to happen. I will be making sure to do that. Ashley, I hope you do that.
Yes, for sure.
And all our dreams will come true.
Right.
You don't even have to put in the work anymore, because it'll just come true. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I just saw that and I wanted to mention that to you, because I think it, I don't know, could be important, could be fun, could be nothing. Who knows? But we'll see.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm down for that. Thank you for telling me that. I'm definitely gonna focus my energy.
Yay. Well, is there anything else?
I think that's it. I do want to say, like, thank you guys for like listening this year. I know we've been very spotty with the episodes, but I know it is what it is. You said what?
It was a rough year.
Yes, it was definitely a rough year. So I thank you guys. If you're deciding to listen to this, thank you so much. We hope to bring you more in 2021. I think this might be our last podcast of the year. So yeah, thank you guys. And we will see you guys next year. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. And I think we have a lot of fun things in store, like Ashley said. So I think we say that every time, but like I feel, here we are manifesting for Monday, December 21st, 2020, the great conjunction. We are manifesting. We will be doing podcasting more.
Absolutely.
Having more fun with it. And you're going to be having fun. I'm going to find the love of my life, is what it sounds like. I'm just kidding. But it'll be fun. I know we'll do this more and we'll have fun. And like Ashley said, I just appreciate y'all listening and even asking about when we're doing this more. So appreciate y'all.
Yes. Oh, I do have a quote. So it's actually from Twitter. By Julia Rock. It says, there will be a lot of posts soon with people sharing how much they achieved in 2020. In the midst of a global pandemic, and etc. But in case someone needs to hear this, I'm here to tell you that just making it to December 2020 is an achievement. That alone will be something to celebrate.
That is so true. It's important to call that out, and it's important to internalize that, because this year has been very, very, very hard and very unlike anything else that we've experienced. So I love that you picked that.
For sure. Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I think this is a wrap.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
See you next time.
See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.